Hello, my beautiful Gemini Divine Feminines. Good afternoon, good morning, or good night. I am bringing you a March 2020 reading. Like I said, for my Gemini Divine Feminines, I already have part of the spread pulled out already, and I'm going to pull the last part towards the end of the reading. So I'm just going to go ahead and get right into it. So automatically, I get a strong desire for children. That seems to be coming up for a few divine feminines in general. But it comes strongly for Geminis. That may not be for all of you. But I'm going to start with this group first, then I'll speak for those who are not exactly on that path. But I am getting a strong desire for children. In this reading, there's a desire to raise someone. But there may be an issue in the area of having a partner, right? So some of you are either having problems with your divine masculine, or you don't have a divine masculine in your life currently. And so you probably feel like you're not going to have children because of that, or you're worried about whether or not you're going to have to settle to get what you want. So first of all, settling is never the answer for you. It's never the answer for any of us. Settling means that we were just impatient, because what it is we desire is meant for us, and it is going to happen, but there is a strong need for patience, because the divine does not work on human timing. What takes a long time for us is a millisecond for the divine. Okay, so, and that goes for the 3D world and the 5D, the spiritual realm also. So when it comes to timing, you just have to do your best to take your mind off of human timing and measuring that by what you see in the physical world, because a lot of time what's happening in the physical, that is, it's almost a test of faith in a way. It's like not a test to like poke you or prod you or push you, or like, dangling something in your face, to tell you can't have it. It's more so of putting in that effort and putting in that work for yourself, so that you can properly fulfill that purpose that is meant for you, or you realizing that you do have the choice to settle. It has to do with choices. So, but for those of you who are worried, you're really in your emotions. Your emotions may be a bit out of balance because of stress from worry. But Spirit is telling you that when you're feeling like this, when you're feeling overwhelmed with emotion or overwhelmed with thought, you need to just stop in your tracks, stop what it is you're doing, and just be for a second. You just need to stop and just be in your own energy. Just sit and get into a mode of meditation. Okay. And realize that you need to take this journey, especially for those of you who have such a strong desire for motherhood. You need to take this journey one step at a time. You do want to make sure that, again, you're not rushing into anything. You want to make sure that you are as balanced and as stable as possible, because you and that child are connected. So whatever energy you're in, the child feels it. So you do want to make sure you're in your highest vibration. That doesn't mean you're going to be there all the time. Naturally, through like physically, women go through hormonal changes. So that's natural. That's going to happen. We're still human beings. But it's the conscious side. Okay, yeah, I'm feeling this way. Why am I feeling this way? You're analyzing your feelings. You're acknowledging your feelings. You're analyzing them, allowing yourself to feel them, but you're not holding on to them. You let them pass, okay? You don't ignore them. You don't disregard them. You don't downplay them or anything. They're still serious, but you don't feed into it, okay? That's having proper discernment. That's having a balance, the proper balance. you know, between falling into your emotions and acknowledging and analyzing them. Okay. And for those of you who do have this strong desire for a child and who do currently have a masculine in your life, you're not in separation or anything, you may not be communicating the way you feel about this situation, or just maybe about anything. There's something you're holding back, or there's something you're not being fully genuine or authentic about, something you're not sharing that you really need to share. Is something you really need to communicate. Communication is key in any relationship. Okay, so you need to communicate the way you feel. Anything that you're holding back or anything that you're hiding, if you know it's something that can help the situation progress, or even just like, even just letting the other person know, because they do have the right to know, especially if you're involved with them in a soul way. You guys are connected on a soul level. You do want to let that person in, so that they know. Don't let fear of judgment or fear of the way they may respond hold you back. Go ahead. Excuse me. If you're unsure of what you want to say, spend time with yourself, spend time in your own energy, spend time in meditation, so that you're sure of what it is you want, and you're sure about what it is you're going to communicate before moving forward. But don't hold back. Okay. Don't keep what it is you want to communicate to yourself any longer. All right. And just to show you the cards, the reason why I said, for a certain group of you having a strong desire, the first card I got was desire, which is the number 20. Then I got the Queen of Cups. I got Mother. And I got the Hero. Okay, but I also got Self. All right. And at the bottom of the next deck that I'm using is I call this the Self card in this deck, but it says Existence. And you see how she's there by herself, sitting in her own energy. They're both sitting. Oh my gosh. They're both sitting, in meditation, in their own energy, in their own world, and just looking from a bird's eye view, looking from a third person perspective, and just analyzing themselves. And this is the energy that you need to be in, feminines, okay? And then my reasoning for saying there may be issues with the masculine. We do have the Emperor here, but we also have two cards of patience. This one is the Knight of Pentacles, and this is the Four of Swords, but this is slowing down, and this says postponement. All right? So it may seem like things are not moving forward, and that is like aiding in your anxiety, or aiding in the anxiety that you feel. Don't claim that. So it's not yours, but aiding in the anxiety that you feel. All right. But just whenever you feel that way, again, there's a need to go into meditation. There's a need for grounding. There's a need to focus on the present moment, where you are right now, what's happening in your world right now, your current condition, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. That is your main focus right now. Okay. Because if you're not fully good, even the idea of having a child in that unstable environment within yourself, it's not good for the child. It's not good for the child. And I know you who have that strong mother instinct, all the feminines have it, but for those of you who just have that strong desire, like that calling to be a mother, I know you're very concerned about that, and I know that's something, you care for your child in such a way that even you want to make sure that you're good, because that child starts out connected to you first, before coming out and being individual, being their own in their own energy, and then the last card I got, which is why I was talking about being honest about your emotions, being honest about your thoughts. is the Seven of Swords. Okay, removing that mask. Stop hiding the way you feel. And then the Eight of Pentacles, which is, like I was saying, taking your time, taking it one step at a time, being patient with yourself, allowing yourself to have that journey within the self, and just focusing on the self, focusing on learning what it is you need to learn at this time, whether it be about your purpose as a mother, be about your purpose in for the world, you know, when it comes to your desires, your passions, your goals, you know, and just like I said, taking things one step at a time and being patient as the fruits of your labor blossom. You may not see the blossoming, but we can't time lapse. That's the only. Just think of it as Nat Geo, right? National Geographic. Whenever they show a plant growing, the only way you can really see it in the process of growth is if you time lapse. Then that's them speeding up the time. Then you get to see, you know, the process from the moment it was a seed to it taking root, and blossoming, you know. But you're not meant to time lapse. You're not meant to fast forward. You're not meant to see everything. You're meant to take it one step at a time and deal with what you have in front of you right now, and learn that patience. Learn what it is you need to learn to fulfill that purpose. I pulled 2 extra cards. Actually, let me go ahead and talk about these since I already flipped them over. Then I have 2 cards face down here that I was drawn to pull. I wanted to save them. But just to emphasize the message of communicating your thoughts, what came through was the thoughts card. Okay. The 10 of Wands, which is taking action and communicating and taking responsibility. But it's also, I got the Sage, which is communicating clearly. This is also about communicating clearly about what it is that you're thinking about or feeling. All right. And this helps to invite new beginnings in your physical world. The Ace of Pentacles comes up so often for so many things, but you making these progressive steps that's why this keeps coming up. The Ace of Pentacles, like new beginnings in your physical world, it keeps coming up because when you make progressive steps towards your growth, towards your transformation, towards your new life, you know, in general, you know, taking steps forward for yourself, that attracts your new beginnings. Focusing on the self and making sure that you are at your highest vibration, that you are balanced and stable. Even if you're not feeling it, it's okay to feel like shit sometimes, but you do want to make sure that you're not sunk, okay, that you're not sunk into your emotions, all right, and that you're not stuck there. He's like, okay, I just don't feel good today, but I'm not going to let it stop me from doing what it is I need to do, what it is I want to do. Okay, I'm going to keep moving forward. That is the purpose, and that is what attracts abundance to you. That's what the Ace of Pentacles is also, is abundance. And it's your destiny. Okay, this is the destiny card. All right. So you're bringing your destiny to fruition. Your destiny, your new beginnings, your abundance. All of this is coming to fruition. But you do need to make sure that everything starts with you. So you do need to make sure that your being is good. Okay, that your being is, that your foundations are strong, that your foundations are reinforced. All right. And then for those of you who aren't necessarily in the mode of wanting a child, you know, but you have a strong desire to birth what it is you've been imagining. You have a desire to manifest, to create. You have things that you want to create. Some of you are creative artists, just creatives in general. You have a strong desire to create, okay? But you also need to make sure that you're good. Trying to create, and I can talk from experience currently, trying to create when you're not balanced, when you're not stable emotionally or spiritually or mentally, that's a physical representation of that is drawing it and crumbling it up and throwing it away and doing that the next 20 times. Okay. At some point, you got to put the pencil down, you got to put the paintbrush down and check yourself first. Okay. See why am I not coming up with anything, you know, And you may not get a direct answer to that question, but your direct answer to that question is something's not right in here. All right. Something's not right within yourself. So that's whenever you just have to stop everything you're doing again and go within and do that self-analyzing for you. All right. And for those of you who are wanting to create, who have that strong desire to create, you're needing to balance out your masculine energy with your feminine energy. Your masculine energy is what creates, what physically creates, is what takes that action, that passionate action, and physically does what needs to be done to get shit done. You know what I mean? But you need to be patient with yourself. All right. You need to be patient and stop trying to rush your creativity. Stop trying to rush the ideas. All right. Stop trying to rush that process, because it is a process. You need to be patient with your higher self. You need to be patient with your human self. All right. And get yourself into alignment first before trying to birth, before trying to create. Okay. And that, what's it called? The process of going within yourself helps you to be more authentic. And your authenticity is what's going to help you create. When you feel more comfortable in your own energy or comfortable in your skin, you don't really care about any other judgment outside. You don't really care about what people are going to think about this painting or think about this drawing. You don't really care about what people are thinking about the things you're saying or doing, and that's not, now be careful with that. That doesn't mean just go around talking tactfully or tactlessly, meaning acting like you're not conscious of what you're saying, or, speaking carelessly. You do want to be careful with your words still. What I'm talking about is if you have the right intention and you have an idea of your purpose and you're speaking in terms of your purpose, you're speaking because you feel it's a part of your purpose. I'll pull this, okay? You're speaking because you feel that that's a part of your purpose, whatever it is you're talking about, and you're trying to do your best to help others. That's different, So, but before you do any of that, you do want to make sure your energy is right first, before posting anything, what else was I gonna say? Okay, now the face down cards. Take everything. Got it. So we have the King of Swords. We have the Two of Pentacles. And then we have Wisdom, which is the number 10. Okay. So with this, going back to my divine feminines who have a strong desire for a child and motherhood. And in fact, I'm gonna go ahead and mention this for those of you who are in that group. Whenever I first started the reading, I put the card back, but the first card that came out was child. And I put it back because I was talking to myself in the moment, and I was out of balance for a second. I let my ego get in the way, and I started overthinking about my own things. And so when I pulled that card in that energy, I was worried that I was like, oh, well, I don't want to take it if I'm in my own energy and whatever. So I want to make sure I'm balanced before I start this reading. That's a perfect example of what I was talking about, making sure you're good before you try to jump into anything or try to pursue something. Or not, let me not say pursue. Making sure you're good before you, your energy is good before you put out there. Because, pause on what I was saying, in the wrong energy, even if you put out there and you're doing the right thing, you're pursuing your goals and everything, you're going to start to question yourself and start to overthink too much. You'll start to retract that. You'll try to take it back, or you'll just stop. That happens a lot of the time because of fear. And that's because you were out of balance. But when you started on this journey, or when you started doing what you were doing. So yeah, anyway, so the child card, I ended up putting it back. So that's just to add to the group who do have that strong desire for motherhood. Now, again, for those who have a strong desire for motherhood, the King of Swords, the Two of Pentacles, and Wisdom. This just goes along with the King of Swords and the Wisdom card together. All three of them actually has to do with thought, has to do with the mind, which did come up. Thoughts did come up. indecision, the Two of Pentacles being indecision, but your guidance here is to I'm trying to figure out how to place the words together. Sorry. Your guidance here I don't want to just say be logical, because I don't want you to take that the wrong way. Your guidance here is to not so much be logical, but to clear your mind. Okay? When you're overthinking, and you're also now overthinking about the length of time it's taking because you're overthinking, and you need to hurry up and make a decision, and you know, where wisdom comes in is going within the self and realizing that, okay, this is where logic comes in. Okay, logically, if I jump into this, number one, am I going to be happy? Yes, I got the child, but now because I've rushed, depending on however it is you rushed, you won't get that feeling of fulfillment. That feeling that you have the right to have, that's meant for you, because you were going ahead of divine timing. You were trying to beat divine timing, which in human time sometimes seems like too long, right? But divine timing, we don't really know when anything's going to happen. It could happen tomorrow because that was the right time. It could happen next week or next year, because that was the right time. That's where patience comes in, and that's why patience is so important, okay? So you need to make sure that you clear your thoughts, you clear your energy. You're not taking the thoughts out of your mind, but you're getting them in order. You're organizing your thoughts so that you can analyze them clearly. All right. So to close this reading, oh, sorry, almost forgot about my other group. For those of you, and that message actually goes for the other group who are not so much in the mindset of motherhood, clearing your thoughts, clearing your mind, you're overthinking. But you need to take a step back and look at everything from a bird's eye point of view, from a third person point of view, okay? And allow yourself that time, okay? Allow yourself that time to clear your energy of anything that's no longer needed or unnecessary, completely unnecessary, which is that anxiety, that stress, the overthinking, okay? You're doing too many things at one time. You need to stop, okay? And also take a look at what it is that you've learned, the wisdom that you've gained over time, okay, on this journey, and the wisdom that you're gaining right now when you actually pay attention to the journey that you've been on and the cycles that you've experienced, okay? Sorry, I'm looking behind me. It just looks super bright. Anyway, so let's see what the angels have to say. Just closing messages. It says, what do you desire right now? Visualize it and it will come to pass. It says come about, but it will come to pass. Negativity will block your progress. And that just goes along with clearing your thoughts, clearing your energy, clearing out anything that is no longer necessary, those negative thoughts, all right? Those pessimistic thoughts, those worrisome thoughts, thinking of the worst thing that can happen, before anything's even happened. And I'm going to show you, this is Francesca, okay? So what it is you desire is coming to pass. It is happening, even though in your physical world it may seem like it's not. It is happening. You just have to have faith, have trust, and go within yourself. You need to clear your energy, okay? Then we have Bethany. When you take excellent care of yourself, everybody benefits, including the child, okay? Give yourself a relaxing treat today, such as a massage, sea salt bath, or a pedicure. I know a lot of us could use that. Me, I'm just saying in case you didn't know what I was doing. This is Bethany, by the way. So many Francescas or Bethanies out there. Let's see what else we get. We have Sonia. I bring you a message from your deceased loved one. I am happy, at peace, and I love you very much. Please don't worry about me. Okay. So now with this one, with those of you who are in my motherly group, okay? Some of you may have lost a child, all right? Some of you may have lost a child having difficulty in birth, and I have spoken to that group before. I was either with a different zodiac or with my divine feminines in general. But for those of you who have struggled with, childbirth or just conceiving in general, take this as a message from your child, number one, okay? Your child's soul still lives on, whether you got to pass the child or not. The child's soul still lives on. And this is just confirmation that if you've ever been feeling your child's energy, yes, it's real. Yes, even though he or she was not born, that energy, that light still lives, okay? And it is 100% possible and very likely. I would say that is very, very, very likely. In fact, I'm just getting confirmation that for a lot of you, you will have that child, okay? For a lot of you, you will have that child. You just have to be patient with yourself. You have to be patient with your body. Bethany here, the spirit of Bethany, or the energy of Bethany, let me say that, taking excellent care of your body, making sure that you're right, that you're good, that you're in alignment, that you're in balance, that you're feeling good, okay? That you're taking care of your body. Sometimes when we get into a state of depression, we stop caring for ourselves. Not that we want to, but we lose the energy to do so. We lose the drive to do that, to look good, to feel good, to go out and just care for ourselves. We lose all of that sometimes, but it's time to get back in that. It's time to start caring for your body. It's time to start caring for your spirit, for your soul, to start feeding your soul. You deserve that. Don't deprive yourself of what it is you deserve, okay? No matter what state you're in right now, no matter what's happening right now, you are absolutely deserving of the best, okay? And the best is coming. New beginnings are coming. Where is it? Right here. Sorry, I was looking for the card. New beginnings are coming, okay? Abundance is coming. Abundance in love. Abundance in love with your child, okay? So just know that spirit of your child is forever with you. He or she is forever with you, okay? He or she was with you before you even conceived them, okay? All right? You just got to now be conscious of it. And the physical body is now past, but the spirit is still there, all right? So last card. Rosetta, you have a gift for working with young people. Aw. And your divine purpose involves helping, teaching, or parenting children. Guys. Oh my gosh. This is so beautiful, guys. So keep your faith, okay, feminines? Keep your faith. I know it's difficult. The human side of us, it's difficult in this physical world, but remember, you are constantly being supported by your angels. You are constantly being supported by Spirit, God, Olodumare, the Father, okay? You're constantly being supported by your ancestors. You're being supported by your child. The spirit of your child is supporting you, okay? And don't let go of any guilt that you may have. I'm getting guilt for some of you. Do not hold on to guilt. No matter how the child was lost, it is not your fault, okay? Let me not even say lost. No matter how the child's physical form has passed, It's not your fault. It is not your fault. It is not your fault. It is not your fault. I feel like I just have to repeat that. Okay? It is not your fault. That's the last time I'm gonna say that. Okay? You have a gift. No matter what's happened in your life, you have a gift for working with young people, for working with children. That is your purpose. It's meant for you. But also experiences that you've gone through over this time, that was also meant to happen to help you gain the necessary wisdom you needed to fulfill the purpose that's meant for you. It hurt, okay? Pains have come through these experiences, but look at the light side. You've experienced the shadow, and the shadow is there. Don't disregard it. It's completely valid. The pain is completely valid, but shed some light on the light. All right? There's light there. There can be no light without darkness, and there can be no darkness without light. Balance. All right? So I'm going to end the reading there. I just got a very like loving energy. Oh my gosh, you guys feel so good. Like your energy is so beautiful. I mean, tonight, if it's nighttime for you guys, treat yourself, have a nice hot cup of tea, give yourself a foot bath, take a hot shower, and tell yourself that you're worth it, that you're beautiful. Look at yourself naked in the mirror and just enjoy every part of yourself. Okay? Go work out, get that blood pumping, drink a nice fruit smoothie. That even sounds good. I don't have any fruits here, so I might go to Jamba Juice or something. But yeah, love yourself, take care of yourself, and just have a beautiful rest of the day, morning, night, depending on wherever in the world you're in. I love you guys.